welcome to our not quite first episode, but our first podcast. Okay. Um, this is the Don't Cancel Us podcast. My name is Rachel. I'll let the others introduce themselves.
Oh, what's up, guys? My name is Chari.
Hi everyone, my name is Yasmine.
And the three of us make Don't Cancel Us podcast. Um, a little welcome note and recap. I actually am curious because I have to ask this question. What's the hardest thing you guys have done today?
What?
Talk about it.
Um,
Done today.
This is always gonna be
100% because no one's out here telling folks how long it takes to start this
it's
shit.
just so hard. I really think we need to put a disclaimer out there for our listeners. We are learning and going as we go. Okay, we've never done this before. We don't have experience with doing a podcast on any level, so bear with us and thank you for still tuning in.
exactly. I mean, we don't have like a fancy producer just yet, but we're just, figuring it all out. But this has definitely been the hardest thing I've done all day, the test thing that we've done. So hopefully you all enjoy what we got to serve y'all.
Hopefully it's recording. Hopefully.
Oh, that part.
Oh my God, I literally just lost all breath. Like, what if it's not? But like, I'm just going to keep looking at you. Because you can know that I'm here no matter what. Showing up. We're showing up with enthusiasm.
That part.
Anyway, so a little bit about us. Our origin story. How do we start this?
I mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit in the first episode that we filmed, but just to recap everybody who's coming back for the first episode, kind of like our history, how we even came to be the Don't Cancel Us podcast.
Yes. So, I was out of the country, in Germany specifically, and I got back to Atlanta, and of course I had to see my girls, and they were like, "Hey, we signed you up for a podcast."
And you're the star of the show. And it's happening this day, and it's in the calendar, so be ready.
Just accept it. Don't ask any questions. We're shooting our first one. And I was like, wow. And the funny thing is, I actually was thinking about doing it because it's such a thing in Europe for people to watch podcasts and listen to them. And I was just like, I got something to say. I think we all got something to say. So,
yeah, we do. And we have something to say about a lot of things: family, marriage, singleness, dating,
Baby life.
business.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have a baby amongst us.
Yes.
That has cooked and come out. So just, we don't know when y'all go see this, but we don't need y'all thinking that there's something cooking.
That was actually going to be one of my questions. I put it in the little list a little late, but my mom sent it to me and thought we would want to talk about it. It was like, can friendships survive like one person having a baby or one person starting a family?
This might be another topic, but because I'm the one that has the baby, I think you guys done a great job of just allowing me to feel normal. And what? Am I crying?
No,
it's too soon.
Are you serious?
I am. But yeah, thank you.
Oh wow! Shed a tear. It's like a tear. I didn't think it was gonna be her, but then again, I don't think it's gonna be me either. So I don't know.
First of all, we don't get Chari crying is a rare sighting. Like, it doesn't happen.
I don't know where it came from.
She's a mom.
Feel your feelings. I think it's important to feel your feelings instead of like ignoring them. I think sometimes I used to get like that too. Like if emotions came up, that would make me feel like a certain type of way about myself. And it's like such a normal thing to feel a range of emotions,
Look at
especially
this.
as women.
It is 100%.
It's the tear dropping for me.
Wow.
It's happening. It's happening.
What's making you cry though?
It's really bringing.
You know what? I'm gonna have to put the glasses off. And you heard that? It just came off. I think it's just really our friendship. Like, we're really out here doing things together, and we've been doing things before my baby and after. So it's just really
Oh
cool to
my
just
god, it's crazy.
have a group of friends who we do things outside of the group chat. It's not like we're all dreaming together. We're like really accomplishing things, and me having a baby, it didn't stop us. If anything, it was inclusive and it kept us going to do not necessarily like more and more, but more meaningful things. So I appreciate this moment, and I appreciate our podcast and our friendship and just the realism of our relationship.
Yeah.
Put the
I
glasses back
feel that.
on.
I
Wow.
feel that deep. I feel that deep.
I feel that deep, and like the before I say something that is gonna get me canceled, somebody, I do want to acknowledge how intentional you are in keeping your friendships solid and working hard on that portion, because not everybody know how to do that. Just
Right.
they just don't know how to do that. And sometimes, and like, I don't want to speak down on people who have kids and stuff like that, because I have 7 nieces, and so I know the struggle of having children and like how they can tug and pull you. But it's very, very, very difficult to keep all these things aligned: going to school, working, having a husband, that. And you do a great job of like managing all these things. And I'm not, I mean, I'm gonna say it, I think you do too much, but you do a great job of like keeping these things together, or seemingly keeping these things together. And that's the Aquarius in you. We gonna get to that part. Get to that.
I do think just like, as you said, all those things you all like my husband, my family, you guys, um, it's like a fabric of our friendship. It's not a separate thing. And I've noticed other married couples or maybe other moms, they separate that and they don't have, maybe it's not a safe space or maybe they enjoy the separation. But for me, I'm the type of person, I get joy when everybody is together. And a lot of friends can't handle that. A lot of girlfriends can't handle, you know,
That's
allowing
facts.
my mom to be in conversations, allowing my husband to be in conversations, my daughter just to come by to your pool. Yeah, it's been like a lot of friendships can't handle that. And so I think that um, our foundation is made for lifespan,
Yeah.
pregnancies, marriages, funerals,
Yeah.
crying, happiness. Like that's really what it's about. It's about the life milestones. And I think we all do a good job of accepting that. So yeah.
Yeah. I think we're committed to this friendship. We're committed to this relationship. I find with a lot of my close friends, I work on our friendship like I would any other relationship. It's like what what can I do to be more present? How can I be a better listener? How can I be more supportive? How can I hold space? Like you guys mean that much to me. And I think we've said it so many times and we've done all types of things to just be like, we in this. Ten toe, we in this. We it's us.
Right.
And you can't do that with a lot of people. And I'm grateful that I have that with so many of my friendships, but specifically with this group because we have so much history, like, and that brings us back to our friendship origin story. Shari and I met in the 90s. You guys met as teenagers. We came together. And I think these last 3 years of me being in Atlanta with y'all has just like brought us closer together. I think also as a family, because I think we all have close families. Like you mentioned you have 7 nieces, Rachel. I come from a big family as well. Shari has like 100 sisters. And so when we all we're all included,
All
like
right. Do the math on the sisters.
Precisely.
I mean, we do holidays together. I don't have that much family in Georgia, so I'm always at you guys' homes, and I'm so grateful that y'all invite us in. And not only do we accept each other as friends, I think our families accept each other too. Like my
Mhm.
grandmother and my mom, my aunt, they call me about Zen every day. Like it's to the point where I'm
Yeah.
like, that is not my child. That's my baby, but this is not my child. Call her mama.
I
That's
literally spent some
that's
of my summers with your grandma in Jamaica and you weren't even there. And I
Yeah.
just love how you mentioned the intentionality, and Rachel, you said this too, of working on our friendship. Like it's like a marriage in a sense that it's like we're constantly wanting to get better. And I've had, and I think we're going to get to this later on in the podcast, but that was one of the things I had to sever in a lot of my high school friendships, is recognizing that some people are not wanting to grow the same way I want them to grow. And that was hurtful for me.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing. I think um, a lot of the things that we are doing together, it's funny because like it comes off seamless, but like to me, sometimes it feels different and it feels new. And I'm like, but not in a bad way, of course, but I'm just like, oh, like, or I'll have someone ask me a question about the dynamic. And I'm just like, it's just what we do. I don't know. Like, there's no way to like we do it. It may be the first time, or I think the biggest thing we all run on is, well, why not? Like, we'll do it. Like, we always say Rachel do it because like it's like, okay, we'll at least try it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And see how we feel about it. Whether it's like having our honorary guest who's not here, Dame Caston, or Zen. It's just like sometimes people see that dynamic and they're just like, it, they don't understand it and they don't understand how close we are. And it's like we sometimes enter certain spaces where we're not sure how it's going to really play out, but we're allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
That's what makes a difference.
Yes. The safe space is a real thing over here. Like that's not,
It's real, not fake.
I mean, yes, people throw that word around and it's not safe at all. But there have been moments in our friendship, like I said, we've been friends for a really long time. We probably got like 20 years between all three of us. And it's like still have challenges. We still have moments where it's like, okay, I don't know how to say this to her, or how do we have this conversation, like, but because we're committed to, and we love and respect each other so much, we know that, okay, it's going to be a hard conversation, or this might be a hard thing that we
show
go
up
through.
for each other. We show up
for each other.
The showing up, like, I'd be like, if not for anything, I know these two gonna be there. And if they not, I'm done. I got nothing.
Make it a good time.
Listen, I be cool. Listen, because we're gonna get into our statuses. But I am a proud single woman because I'm like, I got Yasmine and Chari, and like I got a male perspective. I got two female perspectives, like,
and two different female perspectives too.
Yeah, very, very like, different.
I don't care. So what? I don't have a man. So what? Like I went to a recently, and they were like, "Where's your boo?" And I'm like, "Excuse me."
I told her she should have pointed at Zen. Zen is that's my daughter. Zen is her boo.
2023, people still asking that question. Isn't that like a?
Because people feel like, because we've been told as a society that what happiness looks like is a wife, a husband, 3 kids, and living this particular life. And none of us live that life at all. We're not white anything. At any point, another thing about us is we ready to go at any point. We literally are ripping and running.
They don't want to see the copy of the group message 2 days ago. They don't want to see it because we packing our bags. Like I was tearfully saying, it's not about what we say. It's really about what we do. And you mentioned, Yasmine, the safe space. Yeah, people throw that word around, but we create brave spaces. Like, we be having hard conversation. It ain't safe over here. It's not safe because
it's safe, but
it's a very brave area of like, I can say something that may be cancelable. Like I might say the wrong pronouns. I might say the wrong political controversy stuff. But this space is a brave space because I know my girls are going to either correct me or hear me out or just provide an open space for me to feel like I can say this and there's no wrong answers. People usually say that, but they don't mean it.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
So we're talking a lot about our friendship, a lot about the depth of it and like the respect and all these things. And before we really get into our topic, because it's not quite the topic yet, I want us to get into something that is, I don't want to say that. Let's just break down our signs real quick because sometimes it's important to know these things.
Were you about to call Yasmine a whole like?
Yes. I was gonna give her, and I was like, you know what? She's gonna be like, wait, hold on, cut. trying to pause the recording.
Because astrology is it's such a big topic, and again, American astrology and the Gregorian calendar, or however you say it, don't cancel me. We follow a specific type of astrology, whereas in the other parts of the world, on the other side of the hemisphere, that's what your moon sign is. It's where the sun was if you were in Africa or in the northernmost parts of Africa. So but what's cool about us is that we're all cancers. So Rachel's a Cancer sun, Shari's a Cancer moon, and I'm a Cancer rising.
That's
All my
crazy.
life, I thought being a Cancer was like such a like emotional thing and blah blah blah. You know what y'all got to say about Cancers?
But it
But
is.
friendship
It's
needs a Cancer. Every
can
friendship needs a Cancer.
The
That's
thing
true.
about cancers get such a bad rep because it's all about emotions. But what cancers sometimes don't realize about themselves is that the water can be many things. It could be still and calm like a river, or it could be tsunami energy. Y'all can decide what it's going to be. But
Shows
a
up.
lot of the times, water signs don't know their strength or their power. They just subscribe to the fact of them just being emotional. But it's about emotional intelligence as well. Like, how can you handle your emotions in certain in certain spaces, which I think is really important. A lot of people don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Yasmin, are you gonna kind of like go through and break down like all of our signs? Is that what you wanted her to do, Rachel?
No,
Because I
just like speak on our sign. I think her mentioning like that we're all Cancers in Sun, Rising, and Moon is a good entrance into it. And maybe another time we can talk about our other
the
signs and maybe
break the whole chart, the whole chart. Maybe our Patreon folks can
Can
get
we?
our.
Okay, let me tell you why the whole chart is important. Okay, because when people say things like Mercury's in retrograde and Venus is in retrograde, those things mean things. When you were born, Earth was in one spot, and the other planets, that wasn't me,
That won't me.
full birth chart, Earth was in one spot, but the other planets were in other spaces too. Okay? Earth is surrounded by 8 other planets, and all of them contribute to our personality. Your sun sign is one thing, but your the planet Mercury was somewhere, Venus was somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. A lot of the times people were born during the Mercury retrograde and feel like that's why your life looked like that. And so you got to understand, you got to understand the full chart. So I'm happy to break it down because it's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm sure there's going to be something to expound on in regards to signs and all that. For me, Yasmin has taught me to not be so close minded in the space of it because I know when the signs, astrology, all that comes up, like for a lot of believers, I'm not going to name the group because I'm learning how to speak, y'all. Um,
Don't cancel her, y'all. She means well.
literally, for a lot of different religions and groups and of believers, there is this tug with it. And I think like something that was important that you mentioned to me like years back was like these people, these are here for us to learn about. So it's what you take from it, and
Absolutely.
nobody's saying you got to live your life by it.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. Well, I'm not saying go outside and pray to the sun god. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Because these
if,
knees pray to one God.
and
That's all I'm saying.
also
The 11 one.
if God created the heaven and the earth, I don't understand why it's so hard to believe that He created the whole universe. Like, there's a whole solar system happening in the sky,
Right,
and we're just ignoring
Right.
all of it. We're just going
right.
to pretend that the moon and the sun and the other planets are not there. That's kind of
That
to me.
reminds me, I know we are all not Drake fans in here, but if you are a Drake fan and you listening to
I'm going to get that. I'm
this is
waiting
where
on that.
Yasmin logs off. She's logging off now. But he mentions in one of his songs, she said she wants the world, but he said there's other planets too. So he can give you the other planets. Like, don't just want the world, baby. There's other planets too.
But okay, this is a dumb question. Is the world the Earth?
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Wait, the world is the Earth?
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
The world is the Earth.
And the universe is everything.
The universe is other worlds.
I
Okay.
would say like the whole solar system. So like the all the planets, the sun, the moon,
Stars,
Right.
the galaxy.
Everything that exists in
the
it.
Milky Way, all that stuff.
Maybe Drake could teach you a little something, right?
Again,
Right.
I'm not against the man, so I'm not against him. Um, but before we really get down into the nitty gritty, let's do some quick updates. Like, what's happening with y'all? Like, what's new? I don't want to speak first, so I'm gonna pass the mic to Shari.
I'll grab it. Thank you for the mic. I started my internship. So, for those who don't know, I just started grad school 2 years ago. I'm in a 3-year program at UGA, getting my master's in social work. And I just started my clinical internship. And so, what that means is I'm doing one on one counseling, but with the therapist like next to me. So, I thought I was going to be thrown in with the wolves. Like literally the day before, I was with my girls, and I had a little bit too much to drink, and next thing you know, I'm on the side of the road
One taco. Let's
with
get
one
into the
taco in my stomach, explaining to Rachel like, I can't do this.
well
Please.
vegan. 'Cause, I mean, no shade to the vegan folks, but it wasn't no meat in it, so it was lighter than light, light, light.
So I had the opportunity to actually dive into my internship these past 2 weeks and learn that I'm not going to be thrown in. I'm learning a lot about the systems and how we intake clients. And eventually next semester, I'll have my own list of clients. But it's been a difficult journey because of all the things that I assumed I know, I don't. The population that I'm working with is homelessness and those who are battling with substance abuse, and maybe those who have HIV, that are HIV positive, and the deaf community. So it's just a lot of things that, a lot of diversity that I don't think I was able to encounter in the textbook. That's why these internships are so important, because I read about them, but it's real when it's real. So that's what's going on with me. I'm just hoping that I can show up for them and just be real and just not be so textbooky and just like receive what they're saying to me.
And be a human.
I saw your story yesterday though about how you're like hoping that your your career as an influencer can kind of take off so that you can kind of focus on being more entrepreneurial or freelance or self-employed or just have the flexibility in your schedule. What do
Mm-hmm.
you think is gonna like happen with that once you're finished with your clinical?
So that's the thing. I need my influencer and this podcast to pop off because internship is not paid. I got 3,000 hours of unpaid supervision. So that's 3 years of not being paid. Um,
Wait,
so
question: does it have to
yeah,
be like it has to be unpaid? Like if somebody wants to pay you, you're not allowed to take it, or
no, you can get some paid opportunities, but I'm not. I don't cancel me. Somebody in the comments correct me. My assumption and what I was told is that it kind of has to be supervised hours, so it's not working hours. So what a lot of times people will do is they'll probably be like a receptionist or an assistant to a therapist and receive other hours, but you have to have 3,000 hours of supervision. So somebody watching me being unpaid. But I'm pretty sure you can work something out. And I don't know if there's like restrictions per state of how much you can get paid. But other than that, I have 3 years of just being technically unpaid. So I'm just hoping that our Patreon pops off, our podcast pops off, my influencer stuff pops off. Because I want these sleep coins, baby. I need the sleep coins.
I feel you. I also think it'll be cool for you to marry those two worlds because a lot of times we need guidance and counseling, especially people have a fear around travel. And I know that's like a big bulk of your brand is like helping people travel for the low. So it'll be great to marry those two things. I know that's not like typical, but anyway, this is a thought that came to me.
I love it.
well, we'll let
Let's hear
you
about
go
your
ahead.
updates, Yazzie.
Oh my God. Oh, I have a good update, you guys. We signed a new client. Woo! Yes. Oh my gosh.
What's
Actually,
that one meme where they just
money follow me, please. Oh my gosh. And for the listener that doesn't know, I own my own branding agency. So I work with clients and I help them with their digital marketing. I'm coming off of a really slow season, which I was enjoying until the clock was like, baby, we wrap it up. Wrap it up. And so I'll send an onboarding email as soon as we're done with this podcast and kind of get everything set up, because I really don't count it until I get the invoice
Check.
sent. But we
Mm-hmm.
talked about it, and they, everything's kind of like slowly happening. So yeah, that's very exciting.
I
That's
love
amazing.
that for you.
That's
So
amazing.
dinner on you when we are out the country.
Which is hello.
I keep
Hello.
forgetting that's happening.
You keep forgetting. You put it on top of our heads.
Guys, we got something special brewing for you. We might do an international episode if our Wi-Fi is working.
Hello.
But yeah, we got something special.
Ooh, that would be a vibe.
Totally. So for my update, I am trying to. Okay, I guess I got to give a little background. So I have a short documentary that I last year went to the film festivals with, had some success in it, and the documentary is based around miscarriages and women who have had trouble with their fertility journey. It's
What is it
beautiful.
called?
It's called Mom's Love. Thanks for that nice little plug. But yes, and so right now I am trying, because I believe October is like the month of like fertility awareness, and so I've been reaching out. Shout out to ChatGPT. Trying to reach out to some companies and brands who are based in Atlanta who are a support space for these topics and things, and trying to have another screening hopefully in October after a trip or two.
Ooh,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, well, I just started, and sometimes I be having imposter syndrome. So
That's just a whole episode, baby.
Okay, we're gonna work on that next
right.
week.
So one night last week, I just was like, okay, and then just went down this hole. So
Yes.
now I have these tabs open, and now it's like I have to see them and look at it and like put energy towards it. And so that's the goal, to do that. And then of course, y'all know there's a bigger goal next year to world premiere to doc in South Africa for their Women's Month. So
I would love that. I would love Africa in August next year.
Listen,
Oh my goodness. Woo!
I'm trying to think of their season, and I think they would be a little cooler than us because they have an opposite season than we do. But Africa's Africa.
August is perfect though.
August is perfect because then we can go right into Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's hope our viewers, our subscribers are going to be down for the ride, because we got some trips. And like I said before, we don't just, it's not a group chat. The bag is already packed, actually. Our bags are packed.
I don't unpack anymore.
I be dead ass looking for stuff, and then I'm like, it's in the suitcase from August 2022 trip. Got it. It's like so real. Like I literally went the whole summer looking for one outfit, and then found it like last week, and I was like, wow, you never took stuff out because you had your bag ready for the next trip.
Mm-hmm.
We're speaking of keeping things packed up, because we got to pack this up and wrap it up.
That's
really
right.
Let's really get into one topic. We kind of expounded on it earlier in our conversation, but question that has been brewing in my mind lately, because I've fallen out of a few friendships this year, is what makes a good friend?
Ooh.
What makes a good friend? Like if we had to say three things, because we don't want to go too far. So the three things that makes you a good friend, and then how are you also, like, I guess I'm gonna kind of double it. How are you making sure that what you think you're doing as a good friend is being received that way?
Okay, I've been thinking about this recently too, because I feel like I could be a better friend, because I feel like my friends are so good to me and I want to be that for them too. I think what makes a good friend is what makes a good person. Like, are you open minded? Because we have some conversations, which is, I'm so excited that we have a platform now to have these conversations and on a bigger platform because we talk about a lot of different things that are cancelable. But I think, yeah, being open minded, being some type of creative, but also you got to be able to dress if you're going to be my friend. Because
That part, you getting kicked out. You can't be in the picture, sis or boy.
we be
We just
outside,
got canceled.
okay?
You're gonna
We
take the photo for us, actually.
yeah.
No, we're
We're
not
just
mean
mean
girls.
girls.
I'm so sorry. Don't cancel us. We're not mean girls.
Mean
I
girls.
said what I said. You got to be able to dress, okay? Because when I step out, I step out, okay? And I don't want to have to explain your outfit to
Really
nobody. Get it together.
It's the not explaining the outfit to somebody else. I'm
What?
dead.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna say you have to be confident because
Mm.
there's a level of
Mm.
confidence that if your friend has, it naturally exudes to you. Um, because the confidence is going to show up emotionally. Confidence, it doesn't mean that there's not a safe space for these things to happen, but the confidence is going to show up emotionally. They're going to show up physically. They're going to show up in the way they dress. Like, you know what I mean, with challenging moments. And I think that's like owning what they say, all that. So confidence is really important. um I think a supportive friend
Mm.
is like number two character for me.
Hold on.
um
Let's pause on me and Yasmin's round table talk moments that we having right here. Mm.
right. So I'm at confidence, supportive, and then I think my lax one would just be like someone who just knows how to, like, just goes with the flow,
Ooh, yeah.
you know, just goes with the flow, and things don't have to be rigid, and like we're here, there's no expectations. We're really good at that. We're not, I don't want to get into our dynamic again, but we're really good at just like not having expectations and just being like, all right, like we'll just really see how we feel about this. Like,
Literally.
so it's the
Let's see how
motto.
we feel.
It's the
You know
motto.
what? That's really good because
It just came,
I think.
don't even
What'd
know
you
how.
say? Did
It
you say?
literally just came to me.
Yeah, I think a good friend is somebody who is self-aware, um,
Mm. Come on,
and not just
clinical
like
psychologist, social worker.
Use it. Use it. Use it.
I love somebody who can like realize when what room that they're in and understand, like, not necessarily to shrink yourself, but recognize the room that you're in. And self-awareness also has a requirement of growth. Um, Understanding that because of maybe who you were before, it can change. Like we have a we've been friends for so long, since yonders, but we've also accepted that our friends are now evolving and they're changing, and they can say sorry, they can make a mistake, they can have that moment of my bad, I was a bad friend before. And I love that you mentioned that too, Yasmin, of wanting to be better. That's really, really important for me, like a growth mindset. Baby, I can't have a fixed mindset friend. You
Yeah.
can't be fixed on one thing. You have
Hmm.
to be able to grow and just want more and drive. So that's self-awareness, growth mindset, and very driven. Those are my things.
Love that. We just built a friend.
Who are you? We're not accepting applications, but who are you?
Join our Patreon.
We really cannot unless you're paying for it at this point. This is so terrible.
So bad.
Listen, if you can connect with these things and these aspects that we are obviously see very important in our friendship, you know that we're the girls.
Wait,
Listen,
Rachel,
I
before
talk a
you
lot.
wrap us up, wait, there's
I'm
one
not,
thing that,
I'm not rapping. Go ahead, say whatever you want to say.
oh, I think this is something that we talked about in our group chat is you got to have a passport, sis. You got to have a passport.
I was gonna
You
add
got
that
to
on the back end.
I literally just went through my passports, and I have, I think, four or five. I think I have about four or five, and I
That's a flex. That's a cute flex, though. I like how you just dropped that. I like that. It's
I'm
cute.
like to go back and figure out where my mother has my baby one, like when I was like 3. But I have one from when I was 6, and then like as an adult, like the last 3 as an adult, and then one from a different country because your girl's from the motherland.
We're all
Um,
international vibes.
but I literally was just looking at it, just going like, wow, like one, the amount of stories within the passport, like
Yeah.
this has been everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere, like through relationship. I mean, like it's beautiful, and
Oh,
sometimes
man.
I'm just like, I wish someone could just hold this and be like,
Yeah.
my journey, like from all the countries I've been to. Like, I really, really do
Oh,
because
that would be a cool reel. It's like the transition is like you hold the passport, click it, and then it's a
Like a
flash
That's
of
So Raven, like,
countries.
oh my god.
that's awesome.
Right? We should.
Okay, to be fair,
We
I think
should.
I may have seen something like that, but I still like just like a z
And
z
then
kind
like, and every time you come off, you're back, and then you click it again, and
It's
you're
kind of
there.
like the transition they do with the laptop,
Yeah.
right? Where they, yep.
I like that, and we have a social media manager here, so the marketing markets itself. Period.
The market. Speaking of marketing, you guys remind them where to find us and where to follow us because it's so important. We cannot
Listen,
do this without our community. So please.
We need y'all.
literally, we really do. So, like, don't like leave until you follow us on Instagram at Don't Cancel Us Cast. Don't ask what cast means either. Literally, we're making cast a thing because we are
We
out with the old and in with the
we
new.
Rachel speak French now. We
Exactly.
Don't cancel us. Cast is on Instagram, YouTube,
Mhm.
and then Patreon. Of course, we do have one tier, and it is $6. So you know how that
That's
goes.
just like your Starbucks coffee. Like if you want to drink some tea with us, go ahead and pay that $6, and we can sip it up, spread the
And
tea. And if you have questions, the Patreon is a good place for you to have your juicy questions and stories. We might read it on our podcast. Actually, we will read it on the podcast, especially if it's juicy and if it's canceled.
yeah.
and definitely on Spotify to listen to our voices. Um, but yeah, next week or next episode, who knows when we're going to shoot it. We are gonna probably discuss a lot about. We're still gonna be on this friendship thing because it's really important for y'all to understand the dynamic of us. One, we're all immigrants in this. Like we come from first generation immigrants, so there's layers to this and the connection and how we become who we are as lovely friends. But we're definitely gonna dive into like the worst thing. Well, you know what? Let me not say it. I'm gonna just leave that for y'all to stay on.
Oh, but
Right?
there's one last thing we got to do before we go. Rachel, don't cancel you, but. So I want you to say, don't cancel me, but. Go ahead, baby girl.
This is so random. Don't cancel me, but we might have to cut this out. I don't know yet. But I take a shower every other day.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say something like that. Oh my gosh. Ew, we nasty. That's that. We need a sponsorship, a soap sponsorship. This your moment to swerve on in so we can tell y'all what soaps we use and that works every other day.
We really were on the same wavelength. Oh my god,
Bro, my thing was don't cancel me, but I haven't taken a shower since like Saturday. Like it's
I was gonna literally say, don't cancel me, but this shirt's been on for 3 days, baby. Hey, y'all know.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but wow,
I put it on for the podcast, but it was worn already last week.
tested by us.
don't cancel us, but we nasty.
We wash our legs though. We do wash our legs when we shower. We do wash. If you caught that one, you caught that one.
When we shower, we do wash our legs for sure.
Wow. On that note,
Now, this is it. This is it for us.
I love this.
We're soaring. We're definitely gonna soar.
We're
This
gonna
is
go take a shower and be back for the next episode. Bye,
Make sure y'all
guys.
shower up, all right?